Okay, if you evade me, I'm going to come with this. Evade. That one's coming. Instantly. Guys, if they can throw the second shot, you didn't Irimi. A real entry, there's no second shot. Okay? So if you evade here, this is why you don't evade. Because that's coming. He comes here, I need to be here. There isn't a second shot. He could be thinking about throwing it, and you see he just ran into my other hand. Okay? If you have a real Irimi, you're in on the first beat, and there's no possibility of him responding offensively anyway. He can start to try and escape, but he won't be able to come at you with the second blow. Right? Now, instead of leaning, you see me leaning?
Yes.
Just move your feet. Okay? So I'm going to move towards him, and I'm going to shift my weight. I never lean. You notice I move the whole thing. Put your mind here. Move your body. Better. Now, if you move the front foot, move the back foot. So you lean. You like to move the front foot and leave the back foot behind? Move everything. That's why I'm here now, which just means I can do stuff. If you get spread out like this, you can't move. Start a little farther away. Because at the distance you're starting at, you're actually in range already. Okay? You got a guy who knows how to box. He opens his hips up. I can hit you from there. So I actually move back about 6 inches. Now, that's really the range. I have to move my whole body mass to get to you. Guys, your distance is very important. The whole basis of the Ma'ai in Aikido is that you're trying to stand at a distance that forces the other guy to move his entire body mass to get to you. Okay? If you get nothing else out of this seminar this weekend, this is the single most important thing. Now, put your hands up here. Okay? So I'm going to have him put his hands here, 6 inches apart. I'm going to take this hand, I'm going to hit him right here, and I want him to block it. We could do this all night. Okay? I mean, assuming that I'm not horrendously slow, okay, I'll hit him 9 times out of 10, and the one that he blocks is the one he guessed right. It's your reaction time starts to be too slow when you're that close. However, if we're at this distance, see, I can't quite reach him. Now watch. He's starting to be able to block it. Slow on that one. Now, this is his intention. Okay, because I'm starting to have to move 250 pounds to get to him, and he's still a little, okay? Don't try and clap it together. That just means you're squeezing my hand when it hits you. Parry it. There you go. See, so now we flipped it. I might hit him once out of, every 5. Okay? So that's the whole basis of the spacing that we've got. So if you're doing this exercise and you're starting here, I'm already here. All I need to do is open my hips up to hit him. So you're not giving yourself enough spacing. Okay? I want to start about here. So he has to make a full step to get to me. There. See, and then when I move forward, I'm meeting that. I'm already getting inside that. And when I change the distance, I'm really inside it now. Okay? So, I forced him to commit when I wanted him to. And when he did commit, I was moving forward inside his space already, which is why I'm in there. Okay? Make sense? Yeah, there you go. There you go. Try not to get a little bit. Okay? Guys, they're targeting keys off on what's in the foreground and what carries the most energy. Okay? So in this case, where we're just practicing the Irimi and I'm not doing anything else to mess with him, he's keying off on here. So if I do this, it's starting to suck him out a little bit, but I'm also leaning. Okay? So I actually just wanted to do this. This is actually the other way. I put this in front because that's what he's keying off on. And so then what he's keying off on is the target. If you're really keying off on the target, you can move the feet and they won't see it. So put your hand out right on my head. See, you're coming here. When that foot moves, do you see it move off the line? Right. Nah, not much. See, then I have a place to go. So the foot moves. Most people in Aikido, when they move the foot, they move everything. You see him track me? I need the foot to go where I want it to. And I don't want him to see anything until I decide to move it. So the foot went there. There's actually a Japanese name for this, which I do not know. I heard it once, but I don't speak Japanese, and I've never been able to remember it. But it basically is, you put the foot there first so you have a place to go to. There's some really cool Japanese term that basically translates as that. So he's keying off here, and the foot moves, then I have a place to go to. And that's one of the reasons his perception doesn't pick up on it, okay? Whereas if the first thing he sees is me trying to escape, I see his eyes, he was nice that time. He saw it, okay? I want him not to see it until it's way too late. Okay? So a little more, and then I'm going to give you my interpretation of what's going on here, which is pretty cool, actually. Now, see, the problem with what you're doing is you're evading. So if you come and do that with me, okay, do it. Oh, you're still out there. See, if he evades, he's out there. Next thing hits you. Now, you come here. Look where I am. I'm in here. Mm-hmm. I have you. I'm not out there. I'm not evading the hand at all. I'm moving towards the center, slowly, just like we did with the hands when we slapped hands. So, slowly, bring your hand up. Slow. Just right there. It's like putting a little zigzag in. I'm going to your center, and I'm going to your center. I never wasn't going, but I changed angles. Okay? That was nice. That's very nice. Okay, so I think you get the idea. Okay. Here's my interpretation of what you're doing. You are separating your energy body from your physical body. Okay? Now, I know that sounds really woo-woo, but there's actually Japanese terms for this stuff too. But you've heard Sensei talk about this. Oh, auras, all this stuff. Sensei talks about the energetics of this stuff all the time. He just has absolutely no descriptive terminology for it. His idea is, it's on the surface. Auras. 26 years I heard that. It's like, what's on the surface? I didn't even know what he was talking about. I knew auras, from other stuff. What you're talking about is there's a level on which the touch isn't just physical, okay? So I got this from my wife. This is when it clicked in for me. Okay? She was working on my feet doing massage because my feet were sore. Okay? And at one point, you ever had massage done by a good massage person? Anybody? Yes, no? They're trained to not just break connection. It's a little jolting when they've been working on you. So like usually they try and keep a hand there if they're going to reach for the massage oil or something like that. They try and keep connection. Well, here's the reason for it. Okay? So she was working on me, and all of a sudden she just looked away. And I went, wow, that's like a vacuum. Because she was really present and really concentrating on what she was doing. And then when she just vacated to look at something else, it was noticeable. She said, oh, well, look at this. Here's what I want you to try. Get your partner and put your hand on him and really concentrate on that. Concentrate on the feel. What's it feel like? Feel like you're kind of projecting your attention into that spot. And really concentrate on it. And then suddenly take everything away and look someplace else. And feel what that feels like. Okay? Then, same thing. Touch. Lots of concentration. If you can feel like you're flowing from your hara to it, whatever you want to do there to make that concentration stronger. And then just take the hand away, but don't change the concentration. You feel the difference? Not the same. Okay? When she did this to me, when she showed me that, I went, that's what Sensei's doing. That's what Sensei's doing. He puts his mind in here, and he starts coming. And when he moves, he doesn't change his attention at all. The energy is still here. He just moves the body. So mentally, I'm in. Mentally, I'm already there. And he feels that. That's the connection you're talking about. And so he's got no reason to think he's not going to hit me. I'm really present. I was here on the line. Nothing tells his brain that it should do anything else other than throw that strike, that he should feel like he's really getting me. And then when I make the little zigzag with my body, I don't change what I'm doing with my attention at all. Do not think about where you're going. If you think about where you're going, it draws them, which is kind of an interesting thing. It means you're picking up signals other than just visual. Okay? So when I go in, I'm here, I connect, and then I move. Ushiro Sensei does this all the time. He was the karate guy that we invited to camp, and when he did it, it got translated as touch and move. Touch and move. So what do you touch him with? Your attention. You hit him with this energy. He's coming, boom. You hit him with that. That's why we were talking about the importance of being able to have some structure and reach out and hit him with this so that he really feels it. And then I hit him with that and I moved. Okay? When I hit him with this, that told his brain that I was exactly where he thought I'd be. There's no reason for him to think not. And then I leave that energy there, but I move the physical. See, I'm still here. I always was here. I just physically changed the angle. But I never thought about escaping. I put my attention there, and then I just moved over to this angle. Does that make sense? Okay? John Masaurus would say this is all BS, except that I can do it, and I can explain it, and I can get you to do it. So, BS or not, I'm sticking with the explanation that works. Because this is how... When I was at a seminar with Saotome Sensei, watching him go, Clint George, this was before Clint got in trouble and got banned, he was going after Sensei, full speed, and Sensei was walking, and he wasn't even breaking stride. He just was never there when it got there. And I've been that guy, so I'm watching it, and that's when I had the epiphany. I remembered what Jeannie had said, and I went, I think I know what this is like. I've been training for 26, 27, 28 years at this point. All of a sudden, I went, I think I know what he's doing. I had two of my sandans at the seminar with me. As soon as class was over, I grabbed Kevin and this other guy, Adam, and I said, you guys go after me. I want hunter-seeker missiles on those Shomans. And I did everything I could to evade them. And when I was absolutely sure that those hands were going to be there no matter what I did, then I started doing this, and no one was touching me. And they had that same look on their faces that I've had a million times with Sensei, which was, how did I just miss you? That's when I knew I figured it out, okay? So I'm hoping that you don't need to take 30 years to figure this out, because basically you put your attention here and you physically move over here. And the attention never changed. Very hard for them to track you. See, we weren't even going that fast, and he was still missing me. They work on this, do a lot of sistema, because they work on this all the time. And they have lots and lots and lots of cool exercises to train this side of things, your intuition. Okay? But basically my working, we're doing this art that we call Aikido. And yet if you ask most people, what does Aikido mean? Well, they'll come up with the standard. Well, it's the way of harmony. That's really not a terribly good translation. Aiki has a little bit of that flavor in Japanese, but if you're talking about technique, if you're talking about the martial side of this, it has a whole different flavor to it. It's a much better translation is joining than harmony. Okay? Harmony is we're all fine, we're going to have peace and love, and we're going to hold hands and sing Kumbaya. And it does have something of that flavor. When O-sensei was talking about peace and love, and Budo is love, and harmony, and all this stuff, it did have that flavor. It's just not descriptive at all about what the term means when you're talking about technique. Aiki jutsu is not harmony jutsu. Okay? So if you want to understand, once again, it's not about his attack and I get off the line, because that means that every time this guy comes, I have to vacate my space. Why? He comes, I own the space. So that entry we're just talking about, okay? He comes, I have absolutely no attention on this hand at all. Let's do Minetsuki too, because I want to lead into a basic technique. Right? So he's coming here. You get everybody doing this. I don't care. That's where I want to be. So there's my entry. That's the same entry we just did. Okay? Boom. Now, I can choose not to clobber him, so I go into that space, and then when I tenkan, there's my... It's not trying to snag this out of thin air. Okay? See, now, he's an Aikido guy, so he's been taught how to do these punches so Aikido techniques work on them. Go, Kotegaeshi. Try that on a karate guy. They're already out there, and they're already hitting you again. Okay? The punches go out and return. They don't sit here. I call this the arm of death. Okay? Some people get to the point where their punches don't even go out. They look like jousting. I mean, this is just a problem with Aikido, is that our attacks suck. And then how are you supposed to learn to do high-level technique against attacks that are virtually handicapped by martial arts standards? Okay? So if you're punching where you are bam, and it's going to return, I don't go for the hand, I go for the space. If you're still there, then I can turn. If I touch and you're pulling back, see, you'll pull me right into you. And then, boom, oh, okay, there it is. I don't go for the hand, I go for the space. So you see how it relates to what we're doing. I'm already in there. Okay, do a step punch, just like we typically do. So he's going to come in here and punch. I'm already in. Okay, so when he throws that punch, boom, look where I am. Same thing we were just doing. Then I can turn, I can do whatever I want. But I already was in. Does that make sense? You see how that applies? So we're kind of out of time for this little session, but take that idea of changing angles and look how it applies to everything. He coming with Shomen. So if I had added this, I'd have a throw right now. Okay? It wasn't because I pushed this out of the way. It's because I moved in here and took the space. And how'd I get here without having him track me? See him? He wants to track me. So it's the same thing we were just doing. And then when I add this, I'm over here now. Okay? So you can go through your entire repertoire and just look at how this concept applies. And the essence of this, if you're doing any of the ASU Kumitachi, number 4. Kumitachi number 4 is the essence of Irimi. He's raising to cut me, and I have to make a knee cut, go off the line and cut the knee without him tracking me. And it's the same thing. This was the entry. This caught him. The foot went out, but the sword and my energies are here. And then when he cuts, I'm already over here. Okay? So if you can do it with Shinai, have this guy try and track you. Come as fast as he can and see if you can actually make a full triangle and cut his knee without him tracking you. If you can, you understand what we were doing here. It's in everything. Okay? So, there it is. Probably more than...